Pops was a Catholic, and he would take me into the Catholic Church when I was a boy. We'd do Christmases, Easters. Sometimes he would just take me just because we were just sitting around the house, and he likes going to church, so he's like, come on, let's go. I'm like, okay, I just want to be with you, be with my grandfather. But the thing with him was that he was always preaching Jesus, always. He said, Jesus is the way, Jesus will help you, regardless. So it kind of went in the ear, went out the other. I was like, oh, grandfather's preaching again, you know. But every time I'd walk into a sanctuary, though, it doesn't matter if it was a Catholic, a Christian, there was always a peace. There was always a peace. Because a lot of my friends in high school had older brothers that were juniors and seniors in high school, and they were the cool kids. And so we wanted to fit in, and they were all smoking pot, and so why not? So a lot of it was just for me to fit in, I think. First time I did heroin, I was 19 years old. I knew I was in serious trouble. At first, it just started as just a once in a while, and then after I kept on doing it, I just wanted to do more and more and more. And so when she was sick, and she told me she only had a few months to live, I knew I had a problem when I would still take money from her. I knew I had a problem. And we went back down to California in Stockton because she wanted to pass away in my grandmother's home, her mom's house. And so I left everything behind. I left my girlfriend, my job, car, everything to be with her. I also thought I could leave my addiction too. And so we go down there, and she passes away. And all she wanted me, and she knew what I was doing, and all she wanted me, her dying wish, was for me to stay sober, get sober. Something about this man, when he walked into my house, a certain glow about him, a certain glow about this guy, and I was like, who is this guy? And so he walks into my living room, and he sits down, and we start talking, and he looks at me, and I remember him asking me, are you done? Are you done? And I was like, I want what this guy has. I want it. And if it's Jesus, then let it be Jesus. I mean, at this point, it could be a doorknob that saved this guy. Give it to me. I need this. Get me out of this pit that I'm sitting in right now. And he's like, would you like to accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior? And I said, yes, with all my heart and soul. Yes, 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 yes. And so he does a sinner's prayer. And so I accepted it, and I brought Jesus into my life. And through all this, I'm crying. I am just sobbing. I'm crying. And so I'm just an emotional wreck, and I go outside in my front porch, and it was a clear sky, and I'm just looking up at the stars, and I'm crying, and I'm like, Lord, if you are real, Jesus, help me, help me, help me, help me, help me, help me. As I'm sitting there looking in the sky, I'm bawling, and all of a sudden, those tears are starting to dry up. That frown is starting to become upside down, and all of a sudden, this big grin just comes on my face, and there was just a certain peace that just came all over me. And all of a sudden, I'm smiling. And I'm laughing, and I'm like, someone who was watching me probably thought I was the most weirdest person in the world because of wow. And I just felt a complete peace, complete peace. And the moment I walked into Westgate Sanctuary, I felt home. I felt home. There's that peace again from when I was a little boy with my grandfather, Pops, walking into that sanctuary, and he was the first person I thought of when I walked into that sanctuary for the first time. And I go, my Pops would be so proud of me right now, just walking into the sanctuary. On the 6th month, I woke up. I got up, and I looked in my bedroom where I was living. I couldn't walk on my bedroom floor without stepping on a needle, stepping on a dirty plate of food that's been in there for about 3 weeks, clothes everywhere. It looked horrible. And I'm watching, as I'm sitting, I got up in my bunk, or in my bed, and I'm watching, because there's a window that faces the street, and I'm actually literally watching life go by me. People are going to work, and I'm watching this, and I go, this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. And I don't know what it was, but something just clicked. Something says, you're done. And then all of a sudden that peace came from when that first time that I accepted the Lord as my Savior. I walked into that New Heart place for the second time. It was the most different feeling I've ever had before the first time. It was complete surrender. I didn't have no cravings. I didn't want to get high. I had no cravings. I wanted to get high. Just the Lord just put his grace and love and just showered me with everything to let me have solid feet so I can foundation, so I can start walking and do it and start being obedient and being true. And just, it was so different this time around. But as I stayed obedient, staying true, and just following the Lord's will for me and acting it out, it just got easier and easier. I'd say to him, I've been there. I've been there where you sit there and you feel like there's no hope, there's nothing. But there is hope. And if yours was hard, you're willing to do whatever it takes. If you're really truly done with your addiction and that drug, you literally have to hate it. Jesus is the only way to do it. Is the only way to do it. I've been sober before, been sober for 8 months. I've relapsed quite a few times. I worked programs, and I'd wake up every day going, I'm not gonna get high today. I'm not gonna get high today. That's not how it is today. I don't wake up going, I'm not gonna get high today. The first thought is the Lord, and he sets the pace for my day. He sets the pace for my day. Don't give up on your family member. Don't give up on your daughter, your son, your brother, your sister. They're just lost. I don't know where I'd be right now, Pastor Ron, without Jesus Christ. I don't think I'd be walking this earth.